Yes, good afternoon. My name again is Agnes Igoye. I'm from the Coordination Office for Prevention of Trafficking in Persons. It's an office with the responsibility of monitoring, coordinating, and overseeing the implementation of the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act. First of all, Ugandans who responded, to our call. I'll address in those responses, we got callers, actually 16 from the Arab countries. So the calls were not only limited to Uganda. So we got calls from Dubai, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates. The 16 of them were saying that they had escaped from the original homes they had gone to because of complications on the abuse. And when they escaped, some of them are now deployed and are working elsewhere. So they were asking because they didn't have their documents. So on cases like that, because it has to be on case-by-case basis, because they are mixed flows. So some could be victims of trafficking, but others, stranded migrants because of different reasons. So first of all, like in Abu Dhabi, we also have our immigration attaches there, and we have embassies. So immigration office, even in Kampala, there's a diaspora desk. So we request Ugandans, because if your passport is missing, go and articulate your case to the embassies who will liaise with immigration so that you can be given documents to return, or so that your stay, can be, you can stay legally so that you are not illegal. 21 Ugandans, if you may recall, the ones who are saying that recruitment agencies that had withdrawn their documents, we are happy to report that because we advised them to go and demand the documents. If not, you report to the police and then you come with the reference. But the recruitment agencies are returning documents for Ugandans. So we want all those who still don't have their documents, please follow those instructions and get back your documents. Because like I said, the documents belong to the government of Uganda, and no one has a right to withdraw your travel document from you. Apart from that, today, I've also come, because trafficking does not just happen with people who go abroad, but also internally. Today I want to address the activities of a company called Alliance in Motion Global. So this company and its agents have been recruiting Ugandans from around the country, both male and female, but mostly the men. And this company distributes and sells nutritional supplements manufactured by Nature's Way company in the USA. So what it does, it goes and recruits. So when they recruit you, and then they make you also recruit other people. So you are lied to, because I just returned from Arua, where some of the victims were lied to that they'll be given jobs. So when they are recruiting you, they will tell you they will be given jobs. And before you get the job, when you arrive in Kampala or wherever, they tell you to first pay money. And then you recruit others. Then they give you a hamper to start hawking. So if you are buying products from somebody who is saying they are from Alliance in Motion Global, some of them are victims of human trafficking. I went to Karamoja, and it was very sad to listen to a young man who was asked to pay money to come to Kampala. Then he was told that he would be earning 300,000. When he reached Kampala, they told him that the only way he will earn is by recruiting his other peers who came from Karamoja. Then they were given hampers to become batembei, to start hawking, and they told them you can only earn on commission. And they removed 770,000 from each of them. So you can imagine you're promised a job, but again, you are the one paying. So when they failed to get market, you can imagine you're being brought from Karamoja. They made their parents sell cows to bring them. And when they failed, they sent a messages home, and they had to send them money to go home. Upon arrival, of course, the rest were with this young man who started it all to recruit them. The pressure was so bad that the young man committed suicide. So it is very unfortunate that he will not be there in person to take this case, to court. So, but still, we want that justice, should be done. We also rescued 2 victims from Tororo. These ones are young ladies, 18-year-olds. You're just becoming an adult, and they dropped out of S5. They brought them, the agent of Alliance Global, they brought them to a training center that they are going to be trained in Kisasi. You can imagine. They have no curriculum, nothing. So we arrested the agent. The two girls, are now undergoing rehabilitation, and they've even been sent to school, so that they are homeschooling now that there's lockdown. And in Hoima, same story, but we have we have now 3 whose cases are still in court, who have been arrested, and the victims are 8. So they are recruiting from all over the country. So I want, if anybody is affected by the activities of Alliance in Motion Global, I'll read the numbers again. Please call these numbers, because we really want, these people, to answer for these crimes. You call 0711 37 4160. You can even send a WhatsApp on 0771 465 442. And also, if you are an agent of Alliance Global, because you remember that trafficking is we are just not looking at one person, but the whole chain. If you are recruiting, and even if you're renting your premises, because they are recruiting from different towns in Uganda. If you're renting your premises, Section 7 of the Prevention of Trafficking Persons Act will charge you for promoting trafficking in persons. It says in 7A, any person who knowingly leases, subleases, or uses or allows to be used any house, any building, or establishment for the purpose of exploitation, you commit an offense and you are liable, and 5 years in prison. And if you repeat it, it is 7 years. So if we have so many victims and you keep repeating, so you can imagine how many years you'll spend. So even when you're renting, so make sure that if you're renting, don't rent out your premises to people who are committing crime. So if even these activities of this company and somebody else is doing something of this, something similar, please report, to those numbers. So I want to thank you for that, and unless there are other questions, then I can attempt to Uganda.
Yeah, I think we go straight to Uganda.
Once again to this briefing. I bring you greetings from the Ministry of Internal Affairs. We are continuing to work with other stakeholders, Uganda Police, UPDF, to manage the borders at this time, and we ensure that everybody keeps the standard operating procedures. At our borders, yesterday we had 1,963 arrivals, and those leaving were 1,788, a total of 3,751. 56 of our borders are manned, and where we don't have permanent staff, those which are not gazetted, our joint patrols are ongoing. This week, at our border of Malaba, we managed to intercept 78 truck drivers who were attempting to enter but did not have satisfactory travel documents. So many of these, being ESC, are returned, and if they get proper documentation, they are free to come and take the truck. If someone fails to get the documentation, the owner of the merchandise, the owner of the truck is required to provide another driver and handman to ensure that the goods proceed. We held on 14th, our staff and security held a meeting with the DRC security to discuss 2 points, one called Asina and Alisi, which were becoming notorious for locals violating SOPs of COVID-19. So we have decided to deploy at Asina and Alisi so that the safety of Ugandans can be maintained. As you may be aware, many of our points of entry do not have electricity. Installation of solar systems at our borders that do not have electricity or regular electricity, because some of them have electricity but it's not regular, and others don't have at all. So we resumed using a company called Monique Engineering Solutions to install solar units so that we have constant power supply to ensure that the security of the country is maintained. The solar panels were funded by IOM. On 15th, there was an incident where 4 boats intercepted 12 fishermen who were fishing in Uganda, and by DRC Marines. This matter was reported to security and they are following it up. At Bunagana, 3 Congolese illegal immigrants who were arrested in Rwanda district were deported back to their country through our border of Bunagana. If there is anyone who you think is illegally staying in Uganda, especially when you have details, you let us know. We can be able to arrest such a person and remove him. But those who were legal by the time the lockdown was unveiled, they will continue to enjoy their stay until the lockdown is lifted. And those who, as I told you last time, there are some who are around who, if you have an emergency, you can come and have your status extended. Yesterday at Malaba border, a Ugandan truck driver collapsed in the parking yard as a result of breathing difficulties. It was later, after testing, found that he was positive. He was transferred to Jinja Regional Referral Hospital by our health team at the border for further management. At headquarters, we continue to serve Ugandans who have emergencies. So we have stationed a team of 10%, which is able to issue passports to those who have emergencies and personalize those who have work permits but have emergencies of travel. As earlier we reiterated. So if you have an emergency, don't hesitate to come for the service. Our services remain online. For passports, it's www.passports.go.ug. And for immigration facilities, it is visas@immigration.go.ug. And as earlier reiterated, all inquiries should be made online. We don't expect you to come to immigration or the Ministry of Internal Affairs to ask a question. Please call 0800-199-004 or 0800-199-003. Those who would like to send emails can send on info@mia.go.ug. I thank you.